Former Palace Spokesperson Atty. Roque advocates putting an end to the intentions of elevating the South China Sea issue to the United Nations. The call comes amidst ongoing tensions over territorial disputes between China and the Philippines in the region. MJ Mondejar is back for more news.
The belief that the Philippines will win against China if the issue of alleged harassment of Filipinos in the West Philippine Sea is brought to the United Nations General Assembly is just a dream. That is what former presidential spokesman Atty. Roque during SMNA News program Pulso ng Bayan or Pulse of the Nation said after Senator Risa Ontiveros raised a proposal to raise the disputed waters to the United Nations General Assembly or UNGA. According to Roque, many member states of the UN General Assembly consider China as their trading partner.
Paulit-ulit ko na pong sinabi, wala pong kahihitnanan yang sinasabi ni Senator Risa Ontiveros na dalhin sa UN. Yan po ay pinaparot lang niya yung sinasabi ni retiradong mahistrado na Antonio Carpio. Hindi po tayo mananaig doon. 151 countries na po tumanggap ng Biyernes galing sa Belt and Road Initiatives ng China. 190 po, more or less, ang miyembro ng General Assembly. Para tayo makapasa ng resolution doon, 151 ang hindi boboto. Ang natitira na lang ay mga 40. Yung mga 40, hindi pa naman sigurado lahat yan na boboto dahil lahat din yan ay maraming kinukonsidera na ang China ang number 1 trading partner nila. Wala naman atang bansa ngayon sa daigdig na hindi na number 1 trading partner ang China. At baka paunti na ng paunti ang mga bansa na hindi rin kinukonsidera na ang China ang number 1 na namumuhunan sa kanilang mga bansa. So mapapahiya lang po tayo dyan.
For the Philippines, Atty. Roque explained how it is difficult to consider China as an enemy since it is the country's number 1 trading partner. Currently, what concerns Roque is Senate President Mig Zubiri's alignment with Ontiveros instead of with President Bongbong Marcos Jr.
Pero alam mo, ako'y nababahala na dahil si Senator Risa, naintindihan natin, minorya yan. Kahit ano sasabihin yan, laban sa gobyerno, trabaho niya yan eh. Pero nakakabahala kung Senate President mismo ang nagsusulong ng gusto mangyari ng minorya. Kaya nga po nangampanya ang unity team para sa mga senador para merong mga kasangga ang presidente sa Senado. Bakit ganyan po nangyayari? Parang nagiging kakampi pa ng minorya ang ating Senate President. Ito naman po ay obserbasyon ko lang dahil
To recall, Senate President Mig Zubiri contradicted PBBM's statement that the executive branch will have the final say on foreign policy. According to the Senate President, if the United States system is to be followed, then the Philippine Senate would have the final say on this matter. However, Atty. Roque pointed out that under the 1987 Constitution of the Philippines, it is the President who has the final say on foreign policy. For Ganamabul of Philippines, MJ Mondejar, SMNA News.
Philippine Senator Amy Marcos said it would be more embarrassing for the country if the West Philippine Sea issue between China is brought to the United Nations General Assembly. The senator also did not agree to end bilateral talks between the two countries. This report from Jason Rubrico.
Senator Amy Marcos is surprised by the apparent change of opinion of some of her fellow senators on the issue of the Philippines and China in the West Philippine Sea or WPS. According to Marcos, some of the lawmakers were convinced by the resolution to raise the WPS issue to the United Nations General Assembly. For her, it would be more embarrassing for the country should this go ahead.
Baka i-deadma lang ng General Assembly. Mas lalo pa tayo mapahiya kung hindi tayo maiboto. No? Baka matalo pa tayo dyan sa ASEAN eh. Kaya ayoko kasi ng ganyan, ayoko nakikipag-away.
Marcos added that there is nothing our country can do but to endure. However, it is necessary to convey clearly that China's alleged harassment of Filipino fishermen and intimidation of the Coast Guard and Navy should not continue. At this time, she said, it is necessary to discuss the West Philippine Sea issue calmly and properly.
I think the most important thing at this point in time is not to continue poking the panda, as it were, but more importantly, to de-escalate the tensions already existing in the Taiwan Straits and the West Philippine Sea. This kind of atmosphere will engender all manner of accidents, perhaps even violent encounters.
Marcos also did not agree to ending bilateral talks between the Philippines and China.
Hindi naman nahihinto ang bilateral talks sa kailanman. Parang mag-asawa yun eh. Alam mo naman, hindi na kayo mag-uusap forever, kahit galit-galitan. Hindi pwede yun. Lahat naman ng bansa talaga nag-uusap-usap. Kinakailangan yan at talagang ganyan ang takbo ng diplomasya.
On Monday afternoon, senators had a caucus to discuss the WPS issue. The purpose of the caucus is to come up with a new resolution that, according to Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri, will give President Bongbong Marcos an option on how to deal with the problem of territorial disputes in the WPS. Among the options is the condemnation of China and the suspension of bilateral talks between the Philippines and the said country, and the assistance of the UN General Assembly. Included in the meeting were National Security Advisor Secretary Eduardo Año, Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo, and Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Romeo Browner Jr. For God and my beloved Philippines, I am Jason Rubrico, SM9 News.
Meanwhile, the Philippine government has designated suspended Negros Oriental Representative Arnolfo Arnie Teves Jr. and 12 others as terrorists due to their alleged involvement with the private army. What is Teves' response to this? Let's find out more in MJ Mondejar's report.
Additionally, we have designated Congressman Arnolfo A. Teves and his armed group, the Teves Terrorist Group, as terrorists.
This is a declaration of the Anti-Terrorism Council or ATC against the Teves Group, which has been classified as terrorist, similar to the Mauti Group. According to the ATC, Negros Oriental Representative Arnie Teves has been clearly identified as a terrorist. The declaration also includes his brother, former Governor Pride Henry Teves.
The decision comes after meticulous investigation into their violent activities that have caused harm to innocent lives in Negros Oriental, including that of Governor Roel Digamo.
Congressman Teves was said to be the alleged mastermind behind the assassination of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Digamo last March. The government said it holds solid evidence against him.
The designation of the Mauti and Teves groups as terrorists serves as a strong signal that the government is prepared to take decisive measures against any individual or organization that poses a threat to the safety and security of our citizens.
However, Teves, in a virtual press conference, simply laughed off the government's move against him.
Siguro magpadagdag ko sa ID ko na ano, 'di ba? Or padagdag ko sa ko sa CV.
He mentioned that they have known for a long time that they would be designated as terrorists. Teves' camp is currently studying options to be removed from the list. They also questioned the government's action as no case has been filed in court against the accused.
Paano mo magiging gagawing terorista yung tao? Hindi mo pa nga nakakasuhan sa court of law. Hindi ba siya guilty as a criminal? Sabay yun, terorista na? Ano yun?
Designation can come first. Pwede ding it can come after. Nagkataon lang naman dito na nauna ang desisyon ng ATC sa designation versus sa resolution ng mga prosecutors natin sa pending PI.
Now that Teves and 12 others have been declared terrorists, their assets have been frozen and cannot be accessed, according to the Anti-Money Laundering Council. But can they be arrested immediately after the designation?
Dapat bumili sila ng malaking freezer, baka hindi magkasya.
Yung designation, ang consequence lang nito ay dun sa assets ng designee. Kung arresto ang pinag-uusapan natin, dadaan pa rin tayo dun sa criminal action.
With that, the government is urging Teves to be back home and face the charges against him in the proper forum. For God, my beloved Philippines, MJ Mondejar, SM9 News.